Hi there, welcome to another breathing session. This should be a good one, should be quite interesting. We're going to do a study in breath retention. First, sit up straight, close your eyes, have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Just check how you're breathing right now. When we look at the resting breath, we want to get a sense of how contained it is, how tight. Does it feel restricted by the tensions across the chest and around the back? Does it feel fast and small? Does it feel relaxed? Does it feel tired? Or does it feel light and easy, comfortable? Does it feel spacious? Already by now, I imagine, you've slowed it down a little from when we started just before. Simply bringing your mind, your awareness to the feeling of the resting breath will very quickly have an effect. And if you can have a relaxed approach in your mentality, in your curiosity, this will help even more. We become more relaxed by sitting comfortably with the breath. Hopefully you can feel some sense of that. Okay, through the mouth, have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Open your eyes. Okay, so today we're going to do a guided session. I'm going to get you to explore holding full for a while, and then we're going to hold empty. We're going to explore holding the breath. And I'm going to talk about it as you're doing it and hopefully help you understand each of these parts better. Okay, so close your eyes again. Start breathing through your nose. Very important is to get slow, deep breathing going well. So let's start with that. Slow in towards full, really taking time. Slow out all the way down towards empty. No quickness in the breath, no rushing, no pulling nor pushing. Soft breathing, silent if possible. And so with slow deep breathing we see quite an increase in effort compared with the resting breath. You're starting to work more now, working the breath, and in particular working with the tight muscles around the lungs. We notice these in particular as you inhale towards full. I want you to feel the pressures building as you come up towards the top, as you meet with resistance from the muscles that wrap around the lungs. Keep going with the slow deep breathing. So as you build upwards, you meet with resistance, and then when you get to the top and change and flow back down, the body relaxes because that resistance can then drop. So we're focusing in particular now at the top of the breath, feeling the pressures, the resistance from the body as you try to inflate the lungs to full capacity. Now next time you get to the top, I want you to hold it there for maybe 3 or 4 seconds, not too long, and then just continue. Keep doing slow deep breathing, go all the way down to bottom, but again, every time you get to the top, hold it there for a few seconds, not too long. And so what we're doing now is sitting with those pressures at the top. So, reiterating as you come up, as you build upwards, as you try to expand and inflate the muscles around the lungs, particularly the intercostal muscles, the muscles of the back, across the chest, and even around the sides of the ribs, are disallowing movement and space. You're working against that, so don't push hard. And don't go to an absolute maximum, but just get to about 95% full. And when you hold there, you must hold in a relaxed way. You can tell that's right if your release of breath doesn't have a type of gasping effect where it catches. You want to be able to release smoothly into the exhalation. So we're sitting at the top and feeling the resistance from the body, and we are therefore noticing air pressure. Keep going. If at any point you're getting lightheaded or tired, you might want to take a break. Just stop, have a sigh, keep listening. This is something you can practice on your own too. You can explore more. So when we're holding at the top, we're feeling the pressures. We're relaxing as we sit with them. And then we're noticing them release as you start to exhale. If you like now, you can hold for longer, maybe 5 seconds or even 6, as long as it's comfortable for you, not getting too full on or stressful. Now if you can do this in a steady, slow and gentle way, then each round that you do of going up, holding and release is like a massage, an internal massage, and you should find that you start to get more space. The muscles that are resisting will be starting to relax and give a little, giving you more space. Just do one more round. When you've finished, through the mouth, have a deep sigh and sit with the effects. Recover from that work that you were doing. We were working the lungs, working the muscles, massaging them. We were pushing them slightly. That definitely required effort. So now become restful in these delicate muscles around the lungs. The feelings we're looking for here are, do you feel tired because of the effort? Or perhaps differently, do you feel relaxed now that you've created space for yourself, you're not so tight? Now you know you're holding too long if your heart rate is getting high and if you're getting out of breath. Then you're pushing too much. So back off. Okay, we're going to go again, but this time I want you to do single rounds where you breathe into full, and I want you to use your hand to block or close over the gates of the nostrils so that you sit with a full breath with no leaking. And I want you to hold the breath for a long time, more than normal, such that you really are starting to pressure this fully retained breath. And then just take the hand away and release through the nose, and then have a sigh. So, you may be able to hold for 10 to 15 seconds, or maybe even 20, and 20 would be enough anyway. So you can count while you're doing it. It's quite helpful, it gives you some information. Alright, let's try it. So slowly breathe into full, and then bring the hand up, blocking, holding. You can start counting if you like. We want to focus on being relaxed as you do this, so don't feel maximum pressure. Soften around the hold of the breath. We want to feel the resistance from the muscles, the expansion. When you do release, and if you can still keep going, then great. Really notice the drop in pressure. When you have finished, relax, just sit restfully, have a sigh. Notice if your heart rate is up. This is a stronger way to practice, where we hold the full breath for longer, and we'll be exploring this in future videos. Okay, we're going to do one more round. And I want you to try for something like a maximum. Let's put a lid on this of say 30 seconds, but for many of you that will be too difficult anyway. If it's easy, 30 is enough. So we're going to hold for a while and we're going to create more pressure. So I want you to try to extend yourself here and see if you can notice your heart beating when you're holding full, and it should be getting faster. Meanwhile, you're trying to be as relaxed as possible as you sit there with the full breath. Okay? Give it a go. When you're finished, have a sigh. Sit with the effect. Now you can know that you held too long if you exploded in that release at the top. That's too pushy. We don't want to do that. Okay, so this is quite effective breath work, breath practice. Sitting with the full breath, holding it for a long time. And you can learn to hold for a minute, 2 minutes, even 5 minutes. It's quite amazing what's possible. But don't be treating it like a competitive sport. Just understand that if you can sit with the full breath for a long time, there are things you're going to learn and changes you're going to produce, particularly in relation to your unconscious mind. This is a strong practice. This is more advanced yoga than the stretching. So, always tread lightly, be steady in your approach, be measured, temper your approach. Alright, now let's have a look at the empty breath. Start doing slow deep breathing again, through the nose, slowly into full, and slowly out to empty. First of all, we're not holding, neither at the top nor bottom. Just set yourself a nice rhythm. You should have much more room now for your breathing. So you might be finding that it's really nice and easy as you're going up. But now we're going to focus on the pressures as you go down. So once you go below halfway, if you really try to get down low, down towards the bottom of the breath, you're going to meet with resistance from your stomach and abdominal muscles. You might feel them drawing inwards, and that's very beneficial. It is quite literally a digestive massage. It's a special little extra thing you get from the slow deep breathing. It's one of the reasons it's pacifying for anxiety, is because we tighten the stomach when we get anxious. So don't push hard, but just be steady and slow and see if you can get down lower. Be careful not to rush as you breathe in again. Keep it steady. So similarly, when we were breathing in and meeting with resistance from the tight muscles, the same is happening at the bottom of the breath, a different group of muscles. We want to feel the pressure and resistance, and then the release the second you start breathing in. In fact, you can relax and your body will just breathe in automatically. It is ready to breathe in the second you let it. Okay, so from the next breath, I want you to start holding empty. Maybe just for 3 or 4 seconds, if that's suitable for you. We're sitting at the bottom of the breath with the pressures, relaxing at that time, and then allowing the body to breathe in again. Really try to get that feeling, allowing the body to breathe again. Keep doing rounds of this. Try to be very skillful here. When you start to breathe in, don't let the air rush. Have a very gradual, smooth, gentle flow. Ideally, you are breathing at the same speed the whole time in every section of this breathing. If you're feeling good, you could start to hold empty for longer, maybe 5 seconds, maybe even 6. Really try to get a feel for the abdominals, drawing inwards, and maybe you will notice how this gives you better posture. Your posture comes from down there, down low in the abdominals. Remember, if you're starting to get stressed or breathless, then you're holding too long. Just do one more round. When you're finished and you breathe in through the mouth, have a sigh and close your eyes and sit with the feelings. Notice the feelings of the stomach muscles. Do they feel warm? Have they started to open up a bit, to loosen? Are they starting to allow more space, give you more freedom at the bottom of the breath? You could tell if your resting breath feels easier than normal. Okay, so we're going to do single rounds again where we're going to hold empty for longer, and we're going to use the hand to block the nose. Pay close attention to a smooth inhalation after holding empty. Okay, so a single round through the nose. Try it now and see if you can hold empty for 8 to 10 counts. After you've finished, have a sigh, sit with the feelings. Keep paying attention. Check if you're out of breath. Okay, let's try another round. Do it at your own pace, looking for 8 to 10 seconds. And this time when you're holding empty, really check that you're not tightening too much around the stomach and abdominals. Try to be loose and sit comfortably with that empty breath. And really relax those muscles when you allow the air to come back in. When you're finished, just relax. Okay, now we're going to do another one. We want to see if we can get up to 15 or 20 seconds holding empty. Don't be crazy here, don't be extreme. So for you it might be more relevant to just do 10 or 12 or even 6 or 8. It's always relative to each person's capacity. Okay, let's give it a go. Try to get right down the bottom of the breath, as though you have no air in the lungs. Well done. Hopefully now you're feeling quite relaxed. So we're going to do one more round, holding empty. We'll see if we can go to 20 or even 30 seconds. Don't go further than 30. So we're going to go to a maximum of some sort. You are going to challenge yourself a little bit without being crazy about it. And then when you release, sit and study the feelings. Remember, when you hold empty, try to get that feeling of getting right down low, the abdominals drawing inwards, and you'll know it's quite right if you feel like you've got excellent posture. Okay, let's give it a go. How did you go? Do you have a nice feeling now? I do. Sort of dreaminess. Okay, it's really important to do the next thing after a strong breathwork practice. Please lie down and grab a blanket if you've got one, or at least a jumper and some socks. Keep yourself warm. It's so important to lie down and rest once you've done a significant amount of breath work. So get yourself settled and I'll guide you with a short relaxation meditation. It's really important to be lying flat, or at least sitting back in a chair, completely restful. Okay, so we need to absorb the effects of that. That's quite strong work, and it's not natural. It's not normal practice of breathing. And it has a strong effect on your mind, your unconscious mind, and the deep emotions that you have underneath from your past. This is all about release. This is more advanced yoga, where we go in deep, open up, and release. I'd imagine right now, for most people, you'll be feeling very relaxed and dreamy. And that sense of deep relaxation is going to have an effect on your psyche, your mind, which is not used to being this relaxed. Eventually it will learn to feel very comfortable with this type of feeling and to prefer to stay in this relaxed way, this way of being deeply relaxed, where your body is relaxed, your breathing is relaxed, and your mind, and they will always work together. Okay, so you're lying in a restful way or sitting back. Your breathing should be nice and easy now, nice and open. Just have a resting breath. Really comfortable. You're taking time now to restore energy after effort. Relax your legs from the hips down to the knees, to the ankles, feet, and through the feet to the toes. Relax your arms from the shoulders to the elbows, through to the wrists, hands and fingers. Relax your upper back and lower back. Relax your tummy and across the chest. Relax your throat and neck and around the whole head and over the face, relaxing around the eyes, the cheeks, lips, the bone structure of the forehead, eye sockets, cheekbones, teeth, and jaw. Feel yourself now in a space. Feel the space wrapped around you in a delicate way, as though you are floating, supported by the world, supported by the universe. Feel consciousness, unlimited consciousness around you. It is all you. right now you have awareness of existence without needing to label anything, without needing to be labeled, just an awareness of presence, of being in this moment. Feel the rhythm of your resting breath. And then through the mouth, have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Well done today. I hope you liked that session. I'll be doing a part 2 of this in the next video. Thank you very much. Take care.